Hello everyone, I'm Alanah, and today I am very excited, actually, to sit down and watch the Halo the Series official trailer. I guess it's on Paramount Plus. I didn't even really know that existed. But yeah, obviously I'm a huge Halo fan. I have been my whole life, and this one's nuts to think about because I swear the first time, sorry, that we heard of the Halo TV series was one of the early, like, Don Matrick original Xbox One conferences when they were, like, really touting it being the all-in-one entertainment system before they slowly walked that back over time because they realized that nobody wanted it. So I'm kind of amazed that it still exists. It seems to have taken longer to make than a video game. But yeah, I mean, I've always been excited about it. I've liked all the Halo comics and books and the already existing series, so I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Let's take a look. I'm watching this on the Paramount Plus YouTube channel. Let's do it. March 24. I feel like I didn't know that. Probably should have.
You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant.
That's pretty cool. That just 100% looked like the game, though. Warthogs. Seeing the vehicles is getting me. But I feel like
It
doesn't look like live action.
Upgradable. And most importantly,
That was kind of cool.
controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something. I felt different. What they did to us.
That's right. I just remembered. I had read this before, that this is not supposed to be canon. So it's not actually supposed to be, like, reflective of the trilogy. I'd forgotten about that. It's like an alternate take on Halo. For some reason, I don't know why. I feel like there's so much rich Halo lore that already exists that, like, some of the games didn't even necessarily flesh out that well that you could do in a live action way. Like, even ODST in a live action. Anyway, we'll get through the trailer.
Makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one do with a
Ships look so cool.
you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
My immediate reaction is that I hate that. Why, though? That's not necessarily fair of me. Maybe it's just because it's different. Why? Oh my god. It's because she... No. It also looks weird. Like, that looks like a digitally altered face, but if you're going to do a digitally altered face, just make her completely blue. Again, maybe it's just me being a fan and being like, it looks different. I don't know. I could be overreacting, but that is my gut reaction. I don't love this.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans. Surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now.
That was cool.
Find the Halo. Win the war.
Okay. Few things. And it's so hard to, like, even try to do this objectively because I don't know if I'm doing it because I'm such a Halo fan. Like, maybe I shouldn't even try. The things I liked, I definitely liked the way the ships look. It's so cool seeing, like, the ships live action. I thought that they looked really good. They don't look like they're straight out of the game. I guess the Covenant ship did, the drop ship did. my biggest and most immediate complaint is, why would you not use Halo music? Why would you use a remix of another song when you have a franchise that has like some of the best music? But I get that maybe this trailer is supposed to be for audiences who aren't just Halo players. I don't know. This marketing teams probably are like, we need to broaden, but why would you not use Halo music? Like, I was waiting for it that whole time. It's such a weird choice. Second obvious talking point is, so it seems like the enemy is whoever this... No, cool. I'm so bad at this. Whoever this is, a human antagonist is like... I guess the whole trailer comes across as being very human-centric, with the girl that, you know, is like, why would you help me? You're a Spartan earlier. It does seem like her, this one. Like, there are a lot of, like, human drama elements, which Halo has, but I don't think is, like, a huge selling point. So clearly that's a refocus. Maybe that's for budget. Maybe that's to try to tell a different story. I do think the way that, like, Spartans' relationships with other humans, I think that that's interesting. If it were more of an origin story a little bit earlier, because I think the Spartan program is more interesting. So it's humans across the board, clearly. I feel like choosing to have your antagonist be a human who is, like, allied with the Covenant rather than just Covenant is very strange. I'm curious to see what other people think of this. I've not seen anybody else's impressions, but my reaction to that is just like, why on earth? Like, I feel like that has to be a budget thing, or that they're like, well, we need to make it more realistic or like more, you know, grounded. But the Covenant is so cool and like such a rich part of the universe. I don't know. I guess I haven't seen it, but to me, that's like immediately pretty off-putting. But I'm trying not to like jump to too many conclusions. I don't love that. It just seems so unnecessary, but I don't know. Maybe there is a good reason for it. Maybe they're trying to do something super different. I never want TV shows or media to be the exact same as the games, right? Because then I would just know everything and I would just go play the games. I prefer they be a little bit different. But I think the thing that overall made this whole thing a bit off-putting to me, and again, I don't know if it's just because I'm being a Halo fan, like a little fanboy, and I'm too invested and I can't remove myself from that. But this feels like a more objective claim, is that I just feel like it kind of looks generic. This is sort of a cheap, I don't want to say that, I'm sure it's super expensive. It's just not, like, I liked that because it's like a cool thing to see in live action, but even the way that they look, I don't know. It just looks kind of generic sci-fi. Like, that could be any other sci-fi show. To be fair, that's just a picture. Like, that kind of looks like a fan film. Obviously, the set is got to be very expensive, but like, that's not a good shot. I'm just like not impressed with the production value at all. I don't know. I wonder if maybe this is something that I need to like come back and watch, because it says here it has 50,000 likes, so I'm worried that I'm like an outlier and everyone on YouTube's gonna be very mad at me. It's happened before that I don't love the way that this looks. I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh. That just doesn't look... I don't know, man. Something's just off about it. Like, it looks a little bit generic, and something about the way it's shot just doesn't look of the quality I would hope. But I did think the kicking up the battle rifle was fucking cool. I thought that was pretty sick. I mean, that's a nice shot, but I don't know what the plot is suggesting with any of that. I don't know. Well, I guess it has 3.8 million views and 50,000 likes. Maybe it does have more dislikes. We just can't see it anymore. So let's take a look at some comments. Billy Cobb, this was weird. I get that they're doing a different timeline, but I would much have preferred a retelling of the original trilogy. Shame will most likely never get that now. And they're really a human antagonist. Yeah, getting Death Note live action vibes. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone there. I don't know that I want a retelling of the trilogy, right? Because again, I could just play the games. I would prefer they do something different. I don't want the exact same thing, and I think that's also really limiting for storytelling. Like, why do that? Different timeline is also okay, but I just would have thought that they, like, if I were to write the Halo TV show, that I would look at the stuff that I feel like Halo does extremely well, the stuff that's like really rich and impressive. And I would lean into that rather than just like inventing new stuff, but I'm sure they have their reasons. Personally, I've always wanted a Halo movie or series that was entirely animated. There is an animated series. Similar to the quality of the cutscenes in Halo 2 Anniversary. They are very good. Because they can show the true weight and speed of the Spartans, which isn't really achievable with a live-action adaptation. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of why it looked wrong to me, is that seeing it in comparison to the games is that the Spartans just look not superhuman. They just look like very average humans, and maybe that's something that is kind of hard to look at, potentially. Animation would never do it justice. Nah, if they did like a show like Castlevania, that would be sweet. A whole lot of issues. Okay, I'm not alone by the looks of it, but maybe it's just the comments I'm seeing here. A lot of issues, but my biggest is the fact the villain appears to be human with the Covenant. One of the most important themes in Halo is humanity and its ability to overcome tremendous odds. So placing a human villain in the Covenant really undercuts that. That's probably part of my problem with it, yeah. But again, they could just go with a different theme, and I'm okay with them going with a different theme. It's true that a theme of Halo is definitely like leaning into humanity and the importance of humanity. But they could just be going with a different theme. That is okay. It doesn't have to stay the same in terms of that. But I just think the Covenant's so cool and rich and interesting that it like undercuts how cool the Covenant is and how rich that lore is if they just have a human there. But again, maybe it'll be interesting. Not sure how I feel the atmosphere that I'm getting from this trailer. I feel very comforted by the fact that everyone is having the same reaction as me. I was really worried that people were going to be furious at me when they watch this video. It's happened before. I'm like, people are going to hate me for this one. Not sure how I feel the atmosphere that I'm getting from this trailer is just off. It looks so clean and refined. Yeah, it does look quite clean. Typical sci-fi looking, nothing special. You don't get the feeling that people are getting slaughtered by the billions. The Halo Landfall trailer for Halo was gritty, immersive, violent, realistic, with iconic Halo music in the background. Felt right in the Halo universe. It felt unique. Something like that is what I expected. This just feels like any other old sci-fi cliche series. I think I said that. That it feels like super cliche, which is a massive bummer. I don't really care that the story is different. It's a vastly different medium and needs a different approach. Strongly agree with that. They could have at least tried to make it feel like Halo. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know about feel like Halo, but like feel like more budget. I don't know. Special effects, color grading, cinematography. Halo is vibrant, interesting universe. I agree that this doesn't look like an interesting universe, which is such a brutal thing to say. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there, and maybe I'll rewatch it again after a little bit. There were definitely like a few things that I liked, like the ships mostly, but I feel like not a huge fan of this trailer. Maybe I'll feel a little bit different when I can get past the fandom or read some other impressions. I'd love to hear from anyone who really liked it. Like, let me know why. I'm open to thinking about it a little deeper than I already have. So yeah, but for now, impressions are didn't love it, unfortunately.